My child, my dearest one, listen carefully to what I'm about to reveal. Heaven has had its eyes on you all through the night. Something extraordinary occurred while you were in slumber. Even now, the archangels remain in awe. Your name was spoken aloud. A gathering took place in the higher dimension, and God Himself uttered your name through divine light. Every angel turned to listen the moment it was said. But there is one reality still unknown to you. That's why this message has reached you now. It is your final opportunity to understand what transpired last night and what is soon to unfold before the end of today. My beloved, before continuing, pause and receive this with your heart. Heaven awaits your agreement. Subscribe. Unite your spirit with this sacred calling, because when you align yourself with divine light, miracles no longer wait. Now, breathe slowly. Sense the warmth filling your chest. That's more than just air. That's the Spirit confirming this message is for you. The truth is, your name was inscribed once again into the book of destiny last night. For several months, forces of confusion attempted to erase it, but they did not succeed. While you slept, a sacred act occurred, a reversal, a rewriting, a purification. Archangel Michael stood vigil at your side. He confronted a dark cloud sent to silence your soul. He commanded it to vanish. That explains your restlessness. The vivid dreams, the emotional heaviness, all were signs of the battle taking place above you over your next divine blessing. Now that morning is broken, heaven declares, reveal everything. You must hear this before 9 p.m. tonight, for after that moment, heaven's decision regarding this phase will be sealed. My child, don't assume this is by chance. There are no accidents in divine timing. You were led to this message because angels are orchestrating a miracle. During the night, a barrier was torn apart. Long-concealed truths were unveiled before the throne. An angel stepped forward holding a sealed scroll, a document with your name glowing on its cover. When heaven opened it, every archangel saw its contents, and they were stunned. Because what was found wasn't judgment, it was redemption. You were declared free of everything that had tried to weigh you down. The burdens you've carried, those hidden fears, the moments of letdown, all were presented as evidence. Yet heaven proclaimed, let them go. Their moment has arrived. Still, there is one thing left incomplete. God said, they must be told the truth before sunset. Because here on earth, something remains hidden that reflects what heaven has just revealed. Someone close to you, someone you rely on, has kept a secret linked to this blessing. And tonight, that secret will no longer stay buried. My beloved, do not be afraid. What is about to be exposed will not harm you. It will liberate you. But you must remain watchful. Do not let distractions take your attention away before finishing this message. The archangels are observing how you respond right now. Your faith in this instant is the very key to unlocking a door that remains unseen. Even now, the atmosphere around you is shifting. It may feel like goosebumps on your arms, warmth at the back of your neck, or sudden clarity. That is not your mind playing tricks. That is Archangel Michael standing beside you, holding the blade of truth. He says, do not be alarmed when something unexpected occurs today. By 9 p.m. this evening, the truth hidden until now will rise like morning light, but they must not allow fear to cloud their sight. My child, heaven urges you to trust what's unfolding. Everything once meant to break you will now bless you. Everything once lost will be returned in renewed form. And all who doubted your path will witness God's hand lifting you again. You may have questioned why your spirit felt heavy lately, why tears came out of nowhere. That wasn't sorrow. It was spiritual pressure being released. Invisible chains were snapping open. That's what stunned even the archangels, because after years of silence, your name was finally called before the council of divine light, and God proclaimed, the time is now. Unveil the truth to them. You are the truth God referred to. Your journey is the message being rewritten. Your chapter is not closing, it is being retold by heaven itself. Remain with me, my beloved, because this message will unfold as a prophecy within your soul. The longer you listen, the stronger your spirit becomes. And before this night comes to a close, you will begin sensing the evidence of everything I have spoken. That is why you must not stop now. Every sentence that touches your spirit unlocks another divine blessing. And the one who is meant to understand this truth, the only one still unaware of what took place last night, is you, my child, my dearest one. The moment you opened this message, heaven witnessed your light stir once again. The angels nearby whispered, "They've seen it. They are hearing us." And at that very moment, a surge of divine energy began forming around your name. Can you sense it? That subtle flutter in your chest. That is the pulse of holy confirmation. Each time your eyes move over these words, yet another spiritual gateway begins to open in your favor. Archangel Michael gently declared, "They were the last to know what happened, but they shall be the first to see what it means." Because last night was anything but ordinary, my beloved. A sacred council of 12 stood before God's throne. They were reviewing the paths of many souls, but when your name was mentioned, the entire room shifted. The light grew more radiant, wings stirred softly. Even the seraphim, who rarely speak, turned their attention toward the echo of your name. Heaven has observed your quiet pain, your silent strength, the nights when you remained silent while your heart shouted in agony. Those cries became melodies in the ears of the divine. And so, as heaven examined the scrolls of destiny, yours began to shine in gold. Michael lifted it and said, "This soul still has faith. This soul has not surrendered." And God smiled and responded, "Then let it be known, their battle concludes and their truth begins." That, my child, is what occurred while you slept. And at that very moment, a surge of divine energy began forming around your name. Can you sense it? That subtle flutter in your chest. That is the pulse of holy confirmation. Each time your eyes move over these words, yet another spiritual gateway begins to open in your favor. Archangel Michael gently declared, "They were the last to know what happened, but they shall be the first to see what it means." Because last night was anything but ordinary, my beloved. A sacred council of 12 stood before God's throne. They were reviewing the paths of many souls, but when your name was mentioned, the entire room shifted. The light grew more radiant. Wings stirred softly. Even the seraphim, who rarely speak, turned their attention toward the echo of your name. Heaven has observed your quiet pain, your silent strength. The nights when you remained silent while your heart shouted in agony. Those cries became melodies in the ears of the divine. And so, as heaven examined the scrolls of destiny, yours began to shine in gold. Michael lifted it and said, "This soul still has faith. This soul has not surrendered." And God smiled and responded, "Then let it be known, their battle concludes and their truth begins." That, my child, is what occurred while you slept. The very truth that astonished the archangels is now about to reshape your reality. You need to brace yourself for a sudden transformation. Things that once confused you will soon become clear. Those who disappeared will return with explanations. Doors that were shut will swing open like sunrise gates. But take heed. Not everyone around you will be ready for this new version of your journey. When the light rises, the shadows react. That's why some will behave unusually. They will sense something holy flowing through you. Even if they can't name it, Michael says, don't waste your energy trying to explain. Let the evidence speak instead, because tonight, something long concealed will reach you, a message, a sign, a word, and you will understand that heaven was always near. My beloved, there's something vital you must do before that moment arrives. Whisper your own name and say, I accept the truth heaven has released for me. This simple declaration removes the last veil of silence. Speak it in faith, and you will feel a sudden calm embracing the space around you. You see, heaven operates by agreement. Every miracle begins with one yes. And the moment you say yes, divine light travels faster than thought to arrange what you need. Already, Archangel Raphael is moving to restore your health. Archangel Gabriel has touched your voice and your influence. Archangel Michael has surrounded your dwelling with divine protection. No weapon formed against you will stand. No curse spoken will succeed. The same night that once caused you fear will now serve as proof that God never slumbers. My child, the reason this message feels so alive is because it was written in this very moment, breathed into existence by heaven itself. Even while you read these lines, your timeline is being rewritten. Years of delay are collapsing into mere days. Closed gates are trembling. The clock of heaven is accelerating to match your level of faith. You will begin to notice signs soon. A sudden message from someone who had disappeared, a dream that feels more like a distant memory, a recurring number showing up everywhere, a scent in the air without any origin. These aren't random events. They're confirmations that heaven's promises are materializing. But be cautious, beloved. Before great illumination arrives, confusion often tries to sneak in. You may hear inner doubts whispering, "This seems too wonderful to be real." Ignore them. Every miracle starts out feeling impossible. Faith isn't bound by logic, it's governed by spiritual law. Michael says, "Tell them not to evaluate this through reason, because reason never parted the sea. It was faith that did. And that very same faith is now clearing the barriers ahead of you. You might not be able to see the path clearly yet, but heaven has already prepared it. All that is required of you is to continue walking through this message. Do not hurry away. Every paragraph holds a spiritual frequency that rises inside you. The longer you linger, the more powerful it becomes. By the time you reach the end of this message, you won't just comprehend what occurred last night. You will sense it, actively reshaping your world. Remember, my beloved, heaven never discloses something this profound without reason. You were chosen to receive what others weren't ready to face. Even the angels are in awe that you are reading these words at this exact hour. There are destined moments in every soul's journey when silence must break and truth must come forward. This is your moment. You might feel as though you're remembering something long forgotten, like a promise rising again. That's because your spirit already knew this day would arrive. Long before your birth, you agreed to be part of this unveiling. That's why, despite everything you've gone through, your faith never truly died. It flickered, yes, but it never vanished, and heaven honors even the smallest flicker. A tiny spark of trust is enough to ignite a divine fire. Michael is smiling now. He says, "Let them know. By tonight they will see a sign that cannot be denied. It may appear in a message, a sound, a vision, or a familiar face. But when it comes, they'll know every word was divinely confirmed. Until that moment, hold this truth close. You are no longer overlooked. You are remembered. You are written in light, and heaven is moving quicker than your doubts can rise. Remain with me, my beloved. There's still more you must receive before this hour passes, because the truth of last night is still flowing through the words of this message. My child, my beloved, heaven has not finished speaking. You've felt the shift begin deep inside, but the message is still unfolding within your spirit. Even now, as you remain seated here, light is circling around you like an invisible wind. Every word of this message carries a code, a living frequency designed to erase what darkness tried to write about your life. Last night, while your body lay resting, A heavenly gate long shut was finally opened. Michael stood in front of it holding a key formed from pure truth. And when that gate unlocked, what came forth wasn't fire, it was mercy. And within that mercy, your name appeared, glowing in divine light, encircled in gold. Michael is smiling now. He says, "Let them know. By tonight they will see a sign that cannot be denied. It may appear in a message, a sound, a vision, or a familiar face. But when it comes, they'll know every word was divinely confirmed. Until that moment, hold this truth close. You are no longer overlooked. You are remembered. You are written in light, and heaven is moving quicker than your doubts can rise. Remain with me, my beloved. There's still more you must receive before this hour passes, because the truth of last night is still flowing through the words of this message. My child, my beloved, heaven has not finished speaking. You've felt the shift begin deep inside, but the message is still unfolding within your spirit. Even now, as you remain seated here, light is circling around you like an invisible wind. Every word of this message carries a code, a living frequency designed to erase what darkness tried to write about your life. Last night, while your body lay resting, a heavenly gate long shut was finally opened. Michael stood in front of it holding a key formed from pure truth. And when that gate unlocked, what came forth wasn't fire, it was mercy. And within that mercy, your name appeared, glowing in divine light, encircled in gold. Every angel witnessed it and remembered you. Beloved, there are times when heaven pauses the flow of history to adjust the timeline for one soul who has waited far too long. That soul is you. Your waiting has turned into your testimony. Your endurance has become your sacred prayer. And your suffering, even the pain you never dared to speak, has become evidence that God never left your side. You may not realize it fully yet, but every tear you shed in secrecy was preserved like water in a jar of crystal. This very morning, one of those jars was poured out. That is why the archangels gasped in awe, because when your tears touched the realm of heaven, they were transformed into gold. Understand this. Heaven never allows pain to be wasted. It reshapes it. It purifies it into purpose. And now that divine purpose is ready to unfold. Michael says, "Tell them not a single thing was lost. Each delay served as holy preparation. The moments that felt like rejection were actually divine rerouting toward their true calling. The individuals who walked away weren't punishment. They were part of the clearing process. Had they stayed, they would have blocked the miracle that is now approaching." Beloved, before tonight's sunset, something unforeseen will stir your spirit. It might come through a message, a familiar sound, or a calming presence that fills you. That will be your sign. When it happens, gently whisper, "I remember." That moment will confirm heaven's promise has touched the earth. Do you recall the times you felt invisible? When you quietly wondered, "God, did you witness what they did to me?" He did. Every act of injustice was recorded. But God waited, not to retaliate, but to prepare something far greater than revenge. He was preparing restoration. And restoration doesn't just return what was taken. It multiplies it. It redeems lost years in ways you never imagined. That's precisely what this season carries for you. Even now, angels are aligning places, people, and perfect timing. They are placing your name into the thoughts of those who hold keys to open doors, resources, and new paths. These people don't know why you're on their mind. They simply feel drawn. That's divine orchestration. Still, my beloved, you must be still long enough to receive. Do not chase. What belongs to you is already on its way. This message is not about striving, it's about surrendering. Michael said, "Tell them to stop forcing what's already been written. Their destiny isn't waiting to be built, it's already established. They're simply stepping toward what's been prepared. That's why things around you suddenly feel unfamiliar. You're entering a realm your former self doesn't recognize. The places that once drained you will lose their hold. People who once intimidated you will start fading from significance, and the silence you once feared will become your most peaceful sanctuary. Heaven is exchanging noise for inner knowing. It's turning uncertainty into divine clarity. And the very proof is that you're still reading these words, pulled here by a force you can't explain. That pull is sacred magnetism. It's heaven saying, wait just a bit longer. What we are about to reveal can't be rushed. Listen carefully now. What took place last night wasn't only spiritual, it was prophetic. Something on earth is now reflecting it. An authority is shifting. Old patterns are breaking. You'll begin to notice changes, unusual behavior in people, doors swinging open without resistance, conversations shifting in your favor. These aren't coincidences. They are the reverberations of heaven's decree already made in your favor. The court of light has ruled in your name's favor. Now, earth is catching up. By tonight, you may experience sudden tiredness or emotional weight. Don't be alarmed. That's the old energy leaving your system. Drink water, inhale deeply, and allow yourself rest. Because when you awaken tomorrow, your spirit will rise lighter than it has in years. And when your eyes open, you'll remember something that once brought you pure happiness. That memory won't be random. It will be a divine signal that your lost peace has come home. My beloved, I must reveal one more thing, Michael whispered quietly. They must not share this too soon. A miracle's seed thrives best in silence, so hold this message closely. Let it absorb deep into your soul before you speak it out loud. Because what's being formed inside you is too sacred to be exposed to doubt. In just a few days, it will become visible, undeniable, and all who once doubted you will witness God's presence upon your life. Until that moment arrives, keep your peace, stand firm. Don't let fear raise its voice louder than faith. You are standing in the heart of a divine reversal. It began last night, and it will be completed by tonight.